All right, so in this case, have you all reviewed the violation report?
I have, Judge.
All right, are you all prepared to proceed on the violation report?
Judge, yes, we're prepared to address it, Judge.
Okay. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2568 and 2023 CR 2569, State of Texas versus Derek Reyes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Luis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Reyes.
And are you Derek Reyes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court is in receipt of a violation report for high brack reading with no retest. Who wants to address this?
Judge, I'd like to step in.
Sure.
So Judge, this is for Monday, and if you'll remember, Mr. Reyes was in court that morning. Obviously he's getting ready for court. It's 8 in the morning. He did use mouthwash, got out the door quick, he missed his retest, but he was here in front of you that morning. Did not smell like alcohol, did not have an appearance of intoxication, appeared before the court. We addressed the issue of the deposition. We're looking for the court date, so I understand that this is what it is, but Judge, but he's been on bond for 26 months. He's been on this machine for almost 1.5 years. We've never had any violations with him before. And I think it's just a convergence of him using mouthwash, him being in a rush to get out of the house, to get here on time. And I'd ask the court to be mindful of the performance he's had while he's been on bond. And to take him at his word that it was an inadvertent violation. I'd also remind the court that he's been on GPS conditions the entire time he's been on bond. We've never had any violations. And this case is set for sentencing in 4 weeks and a deposition to help out the victim's civil case the day before that.
All right, state.
Judge, the state's concern is that Mr. Reyes has performed well on bond leading up to this point. The concern is that at no point has the mouthwash issue come up. It's just concerning that it came up right before he was possibly going to be sentenced to 12 years in prison, the morning right before. So he's gone this entire time without ever once making that mistake. And it just so happens the day he could possibly go to prison, he makes that mistake. That's just what the state finds suspect, and that's why we'd ask that he be remanded without bond.
I think it's completely inappropriate, given the circumstances, to ask even for a bond increase, much less to ask for him to be remanded. His performance on bond has been exemplary. We've never had an issue getting him to court. We've never had an issue with him being in compliance with GPS or his monitoring before this. Once again, Mr. Reyes was in court that morning. He was before you. There was no smell of alcohol. There was no appearance of intoxication. And as far as the possibility of him going in, there was an understanding that we would ask for additional time to get that deposition done in compliance with the terms of our plea bargain. And so the idea that he would go drinking the night before, I don't think that was backed up by the facts that we saw in court that morning.
So the literature states that using mouthwash will put you at probably 0.06, but he's at 0.018.
I think it was
And so-
3 from the violation, Judge.
No, it says he blew a 0.018.
I see the failure that I have is 0.031.
All right, let me look. All right, so here's my question. So you have that test, and then it says that they called him into the office and that he barely passed.
I don't know when they called him into the office, Judge. I don't see that reflected in the violation.
It says additionally, the above referenced defendant came to pretrial services on March 25th
Okay.
for a random alcohol test and blew a 0.018.
I don't understand when that was. I see that in the morning. But that doesn't tell us the timing on that, Judge. I don't know, have any information on that as far as.
Well, I mean, it appears, and we'll have the pretrial services officer zoom in, but it appears the 0.018 came after the high bracket 8:19 a.m. But we shall find out.
Well, Judge, I'm interested to see that because he was here all morning.
Okay.
So.
All right. So I'm gonna send out an email. Everyone just have a seat. I'm going to send out an email and ask the pretrial services officer to zoom in.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. The record in 2023 CR 2568 and 2023 CR 2569, State of Texas versus Derek Reyes. Could parties re-announce for the record, please?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Luis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Reyes.
All right, and you're Mr. Reyes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the pretrial services officer who is present is Jasmine Lanier. Ms. Lanier, before I swear you in, were you the person who was supervising Mr. Reyes?
No, Your Honor, his officer is out of office today.
Okay. Do you know anything about this case? And about-
I did take a look at the violation report. I believe that's what this is on, correct?
Yes, but the main question is, when did he take the test on March 25th for random alcohol tests at pretrial services?
At
Do you know what time
pretrial,
that was?
yes, it was around 11 a.m. on the 25th.
All right. So if y'all want, we can continue with this officer or we can have the other officer.
Judge, I'd prefer to wait for the other officer because I want to know if there were any other outward indications that he had been drinking.
All right.
Um,
So Ms. Lanier,
Yes,
on this case, do you know if the officer is going to be available on April 1st?
yes, he will be back in office on Monday.
State, are you okay with recalling this for April 1st?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So we're going to recall this back for April 1st at 9. And are you on GPS?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you on full GPS or partial GPS?
Full.
All right. So he's on full GPS. That's a layer of protection.
And Judge, if we wanted to have 24-hour monitoring on right now, the court could amend in the interim to scram.
Yes, but will he be able to get scram?
Between now and the first, I don't know, Judge, but we could attempt to do it.
Well, financially, is he able to do
Yes,
it?
Judge, he's able to do it.
All right, Ms. Lanier, is it possible to place him on scram today?
I would have to call and see what they have available.
All right. How long would that take for you to give me information on that, you think?
Yeah, I can call them right now if y'all don't mind, I guess, holding off for a few minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
So Norma, this is going to be recalled for April 1st. And then if you'll remain in the courtroom, as soon as she lets me know, we'll know. Okay.